Hello and welcome to the Yay or Nay series. So if you don't know what this is, allow me to explain. This series is made to find the most agreeable Fighter's Pass. So how will we do that? Simple. Once a week, I will dive into one character specifically, and we will end up talking about that character's series. We'll talk about their potential popularity, around the world, maybe show some stats or whatever, like game sales, kind of, gauge interest by that. Maybe talk about a little bit of relevancy, like when's the last time they had a game that was released, and then even go over some potential moves for their moveset. Why not? So overall, this is going to be a fun little series, so down in the comments, this is where you guys come in. This is a big part of the series. Down in the comment section, please tell me yay or nay. It's that simple. Yay or nay. Yes, you want to see this character as a part of the Fighter's Pass, or nay, you don't want to see this character as a part of the Fighter's Pass. And please be decisive and clear about your vote. If you give me something along the line, and people do, and it's hard to tell what you're actually thinking, but people leave comments like, I like this character, but I prefer this one. So I don't know if that's a yes or no. So I mark that as an undecided. Please be clear when you're voting, yay or nay. Start your sentence, start your paragraph, start your comment with yes or no, yay or nay, one of the two, and then go into what your feelings are, all right? Otherwise, if I can't tell, then I'm just going to mark it as unsure. That's how we do this. But then after that, we will give an update from the previous week's characters in case they got any more votes since the last episode. We'll continue to update as long as, well, there's always updates to go. So, yes, then we'll go over their stats and how their stats change. What are their stats? The stats will be broken down like this. Total number of yeses, the total number of no's. Then we will talk about the unsure votes, like the undecided, the ones I can't figure out because some people can't be clear about what they're voting for. And then the total number of votes overall. So then we will end up taking the yeses, divide that by the total number of votes, and that's where we get the actual percentages of yeses. And that's how we will determine the most agreeable Fighter's Pass. That's how we do that. So, yeah, this is, that's how we're going to figure it out. And, nothing more to say than let's get into today's character. Alright, you guys know the deal. We got to quickly go over the updated stats for everyone so far. So, first up, Crash Bandicoot. Well, actually, everybody so far has gotten more votes, so updated stats. Crash Bandicoot, real quick. 69 total votes now, 57 yeses, 11 no's, 1 unsure. So 57 divided by 69 gives us 82.6% of people saying yes. Moving on to Dante. 53 total votes for Dante, 34 yeses, 17 no's, 2 unsures. So 34 divided by 53 gives Dante a 64.1% yes to no ratio. That's not terrible. Not terrible. Up next is Master Chief. 58 total votes for him, 45 yeses, 12 no's, 1 unsure. Doing the math, 45 divided by 58 gives him a 77.5% yes to no ratio on the votes. That's pretty good. That's pretty dang good. And then Hollow Knight followed him up. Hollow Knight had 63 total votes now, 30 yeses, 30 no's, and then 3 unsures. So 30 divided by 63 gives Hollow Knight a 47.6% yes votage. Yeah, that thing. And then the character from last week, Gino from Super Mario RPG. Gino had a total of 88 votes. 59 of those happened to be yeses, 26 were no's, and there were 3 unsures. So 59 divided by 88 gives Gino a 67% yes to no ratio. So placement-wise, real quick, here's the updated standings. Again, we're going by the most agreeable Fighter's Pass. That's what the series is. So Crash, first place, 82%. Second place, Master Chief with 77.5%. Gino is now in third, 67% for him. Dante at fourth place with 64.1%. And then Hollow Knight comes in, or the Knight from Hollow Knight, is in fifth place with only 47%. Now, on to today's character. Good old player number 4 in the Kirby franchise. Bandana Waddle Dee. So, yeah, Bandana Waddle Dee, I think most of us have known this, has been a long requested character for the Smash Bros. Series. To see the little dude as a playable fighter. It's been long requested. I mean, Like, so I guess you could say like his popularity is pretty much covered by that, right? I mean, he's one of the big faces, you know, the more recognizable faces of the Kirby franchise, which is a pretty prominent series to Nintendo, by the way. So, yeah, again, heavily requested for Smash Bros. So, yeah, there's popularity for sure, yeah. But that, I guess that's within the Smash community, but again, he is always referred to as one of the main four in the Kirby series. So, yeah, popularity is definitely there. But as for Bandana Waddle Dee himself, so Bandana Dee, let's talk about relevancy and kind of a little bit of history here. So Bandana Dee's first appearance was in the game Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo console, which first released way back in 1996 in Japan and the United States. I believe in the following year it came out in other countries, but yeah, 1996 made his very first appearance. So, yeah, going back to the Kirby series here, like I said, it is one of Nintendo's more prominent franchises. So, you would think with, you know, this franchise being, well, how popular it is today, you'd assume they'd have a ton of playable reps in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, right? Well, I mean, it only has 3. We already knew this. We know Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight, we knew about these already. So it kind of seems like the franchise got kind of the short end of the stick here, so to speak. I mean, like, considering the fact that the Kirby series has gotten a steady supply of releases throughout the Kirby series history, it has many lovable characters, many reoccurring characters that fans can grow attached to, and all that sort of nonsense and jazz and stuff. Yeah, but like characters like Bandana Waddle Dee, like Marks, Rick, Gooey, even Prince Fluff, if you want to throw him in there. He's kind of an interesting character, but like that's just to name a few of the characters. It's not like we're really trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel for like characters in the series. No, these are like prominent, reoccurring major characters in the Kirby series. So it's like, all right, yeah, you can easily make a case for them to be in Super Smash Brothers. Like, you can make a really good argument, honestly, that they deserve to be in the roster already ahead of characters that are in the roster. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to start anything, but there's some characters on the roster that it's like, really? These first-party characters are in the roster, but somebody like a Bandana Waddle Dee or maybe a Marks or something like that is not in the roster? Really? Come on now. I'm just saying. It's a little interesting, but yeah, they're definitely not scraping the bottom of the barrel for this franchise. As for Bandana Waddle Dee and his potential moveset, this little guy would actually be pretty cool because he would be the first spear wielder in the game. That's awesome! That is so awesome. A character that brings a brand new melee weapon into the fray, into his moveset. Look, he's already different right there. That's great. That's great. That's amazing. You know, bring a new weapon into the fray. It's always exciting. It's always exciting. And if, you know, a normal spear doesn't really get you too excited, well then, hold on to your chocolate milk. Because in the Kirby Star Allies game, they had like this cool thing where you could have like the elemental effects to your attacks. So I believe making Bandana Waddle Dee, obviously with the spear, but give him those elemental type of attacks. And I will jump into that and show you a little bit of that in just a second. So, actually maybe start showing it right now. But, let's go. Before I get into that, sorry, I wanna make this clear. I think in the Kirby Star Allies game, he has like this, you get like these power-ups and then it turns your attacks into these different elemental type of attacks. So maybe for Smash Bros, Bandana Waddle Dee could have something, maybe, I'm just going to throw this out there, maybe a down special, which somehow he would be able to kind of like swap between powers, you know, swap between these different elemental ideas. And maybe there's a cooldown on it, maybe there's not, I don't know, maybe you could just continue to use it. So like, you hit down special, right? And it pulls up a menu and you choose which one of the elements you want to use. So, for example, your first one, let's go with the, what should we start with? How about the splash one, okay? So, the Splash Spear, which, it's a water-based one, but this one would be kind of cool. So, the Splash one, when it successfully hits an opponent, or, you know, makes contact with them, like water drops would come raining down from the sky, you know, like big water bubbles come down. So, it's like it's kind of like an explosion, right? Like, the bubble is just kind of like bursting, but, like, it would do splash damage. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm not trying to say that correctly, but like you hit him with the spear and then like water effect. You know, like heavy raindrops. It's still not the best way to say that, but if you get what I'm saying, you've seen the clip. But so kind of you know, splash damage, and each of the elements will do something different. So you got the splash spear, which would do, like, I guess, extra kind of splash damage, I suppose. But you got that. What else do you got? Oh, what about the zap spear? This one would be kind of like a stun effect, right? And the effects can be applied to pretty much like every type of move, which is great. So like for a neutral special, which I'll show in a second too, but like Bandana Dee could throw a spear. And when he throws a spear, maybe it could have like a little trace of lightning or, you know, thunder attached to it. So when you throw it, maybe there's a little bit of chance that you stun your opponent with it. Or maybe it's guaranteed when you use a smash attack with the zap spear. If you hit them, maybe there's a stun effect. And after a second or two, you'll be able to, you know, kind of follow up. You can kind of use it to combo. Otherwise, you know, they'll have the stun effect and then they'll go flying, whatever it is. But yeah, that'd be pretty fun. And one more here, the Sizzle Spear. I like this one. It's a fire effect. So, which when hit, the opponent would then take just a tiny bit of damage over time, i.e., like they're burning sort of effect, right? We already have effects like that in the game. Joker's side special, you get hit with that, gonna rack up a little bit of damage. So, yeah, just a Sizzle Spear. You hit them, and then the opponents just kind of like they get lit on fire for just a couple seconds, taking just a tiny bit of damage, but you know, hit that enough and the damage is going to rack up, and it's going to be definitely worth it to hit that attack. So, you know, elemental spears, elemental parts of the effect and the attacks make Bandana Dee just very unique and very different from anything we have on the roster, which is pretty dang cool. And then, of course, like I said, the last attack I'll talk about, the spear throw. Like, simple neutral special. It gives him a projectile to play with. Could just chuck the spear. Maybe he has like many spears, and he can just rapid fire throw them if you really want. If you really want to go that route, but no, it could be simple. Maybe it's just one spear. He throws it, and you could be able to aim it, and then you throw it, and wherever it lands, you're gonna have to go get it back, or maybe you just throw it, and it will just automatically reappear in Bandana Dee's hands. Whatever it might be. Just a few ideas for Bandana Dee for Moveset. But all in all, I feel like Bandana Dee definitely offers quite a fun style for a playable character, especially in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, once you include those elemental type attacks into his moveset pool. So for me, Bandana Dee gets a big ol' yay. Absolutely, big ol' yay. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are down in the comments section on Bandana Dee. And please be clear, say yay or nay, or yes or no, whatever you're, you know, however you feel. And please make your answer clear. Don't write 5 paragraphs and then there's never like a clear answer in there. It's like, oh, I kind of like them, but if they weren't in, that's okay. But if they got in, that's okay too. Like, I don't know if that's a yes or no. Be clear with your answer. So that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.